Anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's talk some sports. It's Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. D-Mac will be back tomorrow.
I know.
Look at this guy.
I know.
Adham Beydoun from the Morning Woodward Show. Actually, we're running a split squad, I guess, like in spring training when they split the teams up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Adham Beydoun in the house for the Morning Woodward Show with Terry Foster. As you know, well, this should be fun. We got Spencer Raxter here in the building. We got Sam Flannel as well. So the rest of the squad is here. We are ready to rock. Coming off the Father's Day weekend, big sports weekend. Curious to know, give us the highlights, guys, of your weekend and everything that happened out there. Get involved on the YouTube chat thread. If you have thoughts, throw them in there. The good ones we'll get to. We have Sam Flannel, so we'll get to some of the bad ones, too. We let Sam Flannel get bad takes, so we can let you do it also. Adham Beydoun, what it do?
What's up, man? How was your Father's Day weekend?
Oh, it was good. It was cool, man. I mean, typical Father's Day stuff, the barbecue stuff, all that kind of stuff. Got a cool card from the kids.
Hell yeah.
I put that out on social media. It was pretty sweet. So I did. I liked it, man. It was a lot of fun. How about you guys?
Good. I became an uncle.
Did you?
Yeah, I became a first-time uncle.
Are you the fun uncle? Have you determined yet?
I already told the kid, everything your parents say you shouldn't do, I will tell you to do it. So,
and I'll give you the money to do it, and I'll give you the opportunity.
Drugs, whatever it is. Whatever this kid needs to experience in life, I'll make sure he's taken care of. That's the kind of uncle I aspire to.
I like it. Detroit Dabber on a YouTube chat thread. What up, though? He's the first one in. CJ Schneider, Kyrie going to leave Brooklyn. Offseason about to get nuts. By the way, do people know the NBA draft is Thursday? I feel like they don't know.
It's not being discussed enough.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting CJ brought that up because I had some thoughts, and both of you guys, Spencer and Sam, I'm curious to get your opinion on this. And this is just off the board right now. And I have a couple of buddies that I text NBA stuff with. And CJ, it's interesting you brought that up. Is Kyrie going to leave Brooklyn? For those that don't know, he has a player option that the deadline's coming up on where he has to say, yes, I'm doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Do I want to be a free agent? All that stuff. Do I want to go to the Lakers? Do I want to go to the Knicks? I think, CJ, and this is just something I cooked up on my own, if Kyrie turns that option down, it's pretty apparent to me he's either going to go to the Knicks or to the Lakers. If he turns that option down, watch the Pistons, Sam Flannel. Watch the Pistons this week because they're in a position, obviously, with the cap where they could take on some dead weight for a year, accelerate those expiring contracts for the Knicks, and take, the Knicks picking 11th, 10th, 11th, something like that, somewhere around there. We'll take that first-round pick off your hands, and we'll take all your dead bodies that you have on your cap, and we'll kick the can down the road for the Nerlens Noel. You know the suspects.
100%.
Yeah. We'll take that first-round pick off your hands, and, we'll move on. What do you think, Sam Flannel?
I mean, the Pistons aren't going to win this year no matter what. Their absolute cap is probably the play-in tournament, so I don't hate the idea. You get another kind of lottery ticket with another draft pick. Having a couple, like a Nerlens Noel for a year for like a dead cap isn't the worst thing in the world. I don't hate it. Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if we can get that 10 pick or 11 pick or whatever that is, and then get the 7th pick from Portland, get 3 young guys, really start to mold that core with Cade, with Sadiq Bey, I like it a lot, even if we're taking on some crap contracts from the Knicks.
Yeah, so, I mean, essentially you would be punting. And I'll tell you this, Adam. I think from what we've seen with the Red Wings, what we've seen with the Tigers, we'll get into that 11-14, Adam. All right, just easy. Let me pull the chain back. We got the pit bull on the chain right now, and he's trying to break out of the yard. I think what we've seen with fans is maybe we need to readjust our priorities, our expectations, our time frames a little bit. Because I think, and I was guilty of it, in January with the Red Wings when they were a couple points out of the playoffs. I said, all right. And then they had a nuclear meltdown, and it was over. With the Pistons, they're in a position where, as Sam Flannel said, they're not ready to rock yet. We're not expecting the playoffs or anything like that next year. You can punt and almost do something similar to what Yzerman does with his cap space. Take on vets, flippable vets, take a spin, get draft rewards. Your thoughts?
They're already so young. That's the problem, right? So my timeline for them to be Eastern Conference contenders, 4 to 5 years.
Okay, so you're down with it then.
Yeah. Well, I am, but not with the idea of picking 5, 13, and another. There's way too many young kids for me. That is tough. Regarding Kyrie Irving, I wouldn't even go near him. There are a few just simple check marks you have to pass to be on my basketball team. Believing that the earth is flat is definitely an automatic disqualifier, but we're just going to move on from Kyrie Irving. The Pistons have a lot of work to do, but it also needs time, right? So like you said, you could punt it down the road, bring on a bunch of vet contracts, let Cade learn and develop and continue to become the star we all believe he's going to be. But how do you win in the NBA, Neal?
You need stars.
Pistons drafting stars?
Probably not.
Are they getting stars in free agency?
Definitely not.
So I would go with the probably not option and do my best to find a star in the NBA draft, because that's the only way you're going to get them. And can Cade Cunningham be what Steph Curry has been for the Warriors? Unselfish, but also the best player on the team, the most important player, who wins with just a good supporting cast? Maybe.
It's trending that way.
What year is Steph Curry in?
He's deep.
Year 13, probably.
Yeah, he's deep.
Maybe more. 2009 was his rookie year. Year 13, I was right on the money. That's how long you have to wait, Detroit.
He played in the regional at Ford Field in college.
Unbelievable.
People remember that? Against Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
Dayton, baby. The Pistons have a long way to go if you're expecting a championship. I'm not. When are you going to become a team that gets out of the first round? Can maybe get to a conference final? I think that's 4 or 5 years away. But no matter what, Neal, they have to draft a star. You're not going to draft a role player. Saddiq Bey, like him a lot. He looks like he can be an elite number 3. Doesn't look like he's going to be a co-star. Cade needs a co-star. That's what the Pistons should focus on Thursday. Not Kyrie Irving, not a sign and trade for DeAndre Ayton. None of these deals, even though they're going to have a lot of cap space. That's the tricky part, right? The Pistons are one of the few teams that can afford to actually trade for DeAndre Ayton and take the Supermax deal and a sign and trade and still be just fine on the cap, because they're not going to be spending money in free agency. They're not going to attract the top 5, top 10 player. Even if Cade is the real deal. Has to be done through the draft, and that takes time.
It takes a minute, no doubt. Jose De La O on our YouTube chat thread says, "Listen, nephew, draft the cocaine." Credit Adam Beydoun.
I can't believe that was a thing. Yes, absolutely. They have to draft the cocaine.
Will you get him a T-shirt, like a baby size draft the cocaine T-shirt?
I will, absolutely.
Because we have the graphics done already. It's just a matter of printing it, right?
Just shoot me a DM.
All right.
Get it done.
We got to hit the folks over at Frog to hook that one up. Aaron Tackett says, "You want to know why we don't know the draft is Thursday? Because Adam doesn't do 900 mock drafts like he did with the NFL draft."
Well, don't say that, because tomorrow is the official version 1 NBA mock draft.
For real?
Yeah.
Morning Woodward show 8 to 10. I'll be locked in.
Yeah. It'll be the 9 o'clock. It'll be
Okay.
at top of the hour. The first official NBA mock draft. We're doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to release 3. So it's going to be interesting.
John Mark says, "Our boys left 2 points on the pitch at Keyworth on Saturday. How about that, Riley Greene?" Steve talked about that as well. Yeah, it was pop and disappointing for Detroit City FC, the fans, not to get all 3 points, but I think that was secondary to what happened. I don't know if you guys caught that at all on ESPN on Saturday. It was electric down there, as you knew it would be. As you absolutely knew it would be. So that was a lot of fun to see. 9 Drink says, "We get a double dose of Adham." Awesome. You think he's being serious or not?
Probably not. I don't blame him. I don't know how you guys look at me all day, honestly. That's impressive enough.
Yeah, draft the cocaine, getting a lot of love right now. CJ Schneider says Ivy is the cocaine. Dom Rivera 88, Big D with the big exclamation point. But yeah, happy to have everybody with us here today. But we do got a lot to get to. Do you think, Spencer? You think our audience likes golf?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Can we get a YouTube chat poll on that real quick?
Do you guys like golf?
Does
golf
a Big D Energy
or...
like golf? Yeah, do you guys like golf talk?
All right.
I like golf.
I do too, because I like the matchup. And yesterday was like the red zone. It was like the golf red zone coming to life. Every single shot. Because there were so many people in the mix. And that's instantly what I started thinking about. Is there a market on Big D Energy to talk about that? Do the fans care?
We're going to find out. I mean, those polls aren't the most trustworthy things out there, but I think people like playing. Like, I like playing golf. I watched some golf yesterday, too, but I don't know if Golf Talk. Oh, we got a strong lead already, 67% yes. So,
yeah. Tony D says no, but Steve Brown says we love golf. Neal Ruhl second furnace says golf sucks. If you truly have a second furnace, you're required to like golf.
Yeah. For
you
sure.
can probably afford to like golf.
You can afford to like golf.
And now the chat's catching up to what I expected. 59% no. That's the number I'd expect.
Nap God said golf is mid AF. And by the way, we were talking about this. I'm instituting mid. Like as common vernacular.
What does that mean?
As a talking point in the show. We're using the term mid from here on out. Do you think golf is mid?
What the hell does that mean?
It's like middle of the road, like middle of the pack.
Like average, but average in like a negative connotation,
Like not good.
Yeah.
It's mid.
When it comes to the NFL, NFL's king number one in this country. In my opinion, major championship golf is number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
So you do not think it's mid?
No.
What sport do you think is mid?
I think baseball's mid.
For sure.
I think basketball is mid during the regular season for the most part. Playoff basketball is awesome. Playoff hockey's awesome. Playoff baseball is awesome, but the regular seasons are all mid. Yeah, no, but you're not going to find a fan. The only regular season that's lit is the NFL season.
CJ says Neal is around 6 months late on using mid. No, I do it. I'm doing it because and there is an element of truth to that, CJ, because I said it. I'll go on these things where my kids, when they're in the house, I'll start using their terminology. A, it bothers my wife. And B, it bothers them.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. So I get 3 birds with 1 stone. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. So I've gotten on a kick of doing it lately. And CJ, the reason my kids don't like it is because, as you said, I'm about 6 months behind the curve. But guess what?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
It's been there for a while.
It has.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah. No.
I still feel it pops.
Better
no?
late than never. Oh, mid. Yeah, definitely pops.
You accept it?
Yeah, I accept mid.
Okay. All right, I got you. Got on the YouTube poll right now. Do you guys like golf talk? 59% of you say no, 41% of you say yes. Neal Ruhl, second furnace, says, I hope Liv messes up golf so bad that pro golf just dies.
It won't. Liv is a bunch of garbage. It sucks. It's an exhibition. You get paid very well to play in the exhibition. Yes, I would leave the PGA Tour for a $100 million exhibition game. The problem is if you're a true competitor and you want to be playing in these PGA Tour events, you can't go to the LIV event. It's that simple. Do I think it's stupid? Sure, but at the same time, LIV won't last long. It's not built on revenue. It's built on an investment right now. It's a startup company, and it's a startup company that's losing a damn near $1 billion in its first year. You can have oil, and you can figure it out, sure, but that's just not a sustainable business.
There's not a lot I wouldn't do for $100 million. Pause.
Would you go do digital sports media in Saudi Arabia for 10 times your salary, 20 times your salary?
No.
30 times your salary?
No, that's no.
40?
No.
100?
We're getting close. There is a number.
There's a number.
Of course there's a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking like live money numbers.
Right. Absolutely.
It's a little different. I'm in a different situation. So.
That I understand. When we come back, I do want to talk about Riley Greene. The Tigers, undefeated in the Riley Greene era. All it takes is one.
Push.
The playoff push starts now. They're undefeated in the Riley Greene era. He's the guardian of the Detroit Tigers. He absolutely is the Tigers' guardian, Adam.
And you know the best offense and defense off the diamond is Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you a peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road. Their 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for a peace of mind. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you can join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. As a matter of fact, Chili Peppers Tanning will beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. And as I said, with that Chili Peppers Pepper Club membership, take a look at all the unlimited tanning options that are out there for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. 26 locations, more on the way also. But go to chilipepperstanning.com, find out which location works best for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, they most definitely are not mid.
We are white as hell, man. We really gotta start tanning.
I'm starting to get the golf. I'm getting the golf going right now. See right there? Got the golf tan starting to happen. So, but no, we're talking sports here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Adham, Beydoun, this guy over here from the Morning Woodward Show, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. Tony D says, I would rather talk about golf than golf. So there is that.
You're a loser.
Neal Ruhl's second furnace, watching the Senate and C-SPAN is more exciting than golf. Well, if you have second furnace, obviously you're concerned about tax rates and stuff.
I agree with him, though, because there's some like monumental stuff going on C-SPAN, right? There's people attacking each other, killing each other. Like, there's some low-key events that happen. Now, it doesn't happen often, but when it does,
switch
on the channel.
So Spencer took the liberty, too, of taking it to the YouTube chat poll. Is golf mid? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think
mid. We got to get that audio in the system, Sam Flannel.
Tomorrow.
I
got you.
We'll have it
Mid.
tomorrow. Mid. 61% of you say good. Are you surprised by these numbers?
No.
Are you, Adam?
No, it's YouTube. There's a bunch of idiots that on YouTube. Why would I be surprised?
Jack Harrington says golf sucks. So
see, this is like, I got to deal with this stuff every day. Ryan Lentz, cornhole over golf. Like, we employ these people. What are we doing? Ryan, I'll see you after the show. Uh-oh. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Ryan Lentz likes baseball, so, talk about mid.
Scott Klingler says, hey, Neal, is it a safe bet to take Colorado to win it all? I'm getting that feeling it's safe. I don't know, what are they, probably, 15-1 favorite, something like that at this point? Something like that, 10-1, 12-1.
They're the favorite.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable laying that kind of number against Tampa. I'm just not. So, we'll get to it. Southpaw Lab says pickleball is the new golf.
I think you're a bunch of idiots.
Sam Flannel, have you messed with pickleball yet?
Not since gym class in high school. So I guess technically no, not except when I was forced. It was pretty fun, though. And I'm not a golf person, so I might actually agree with that take.
Lewis M. says disc golf is super fun. You know what, Lewis M.? No, it's not.
No, it's
disc
not.
golf sucks.
Yes, it does.
All right? Let's just get that out in the open.
It's for the uncoordinated.
Bingo. Disc golf is for the people that have no chance whatsoever of hitting a real golf ball or anything like that. I will give it this.
It's for the lanky white people.
It's cool that you can load up a cooler and wheel that cooler around. But the problem is you're walking everywhere, so you have this cooler, and you're playing disc golf, so it's over a bunch of rocky terrain and all that stuff. And you need what? 50. It's expensive. A guy like Spencer needs 15 or 20 beers in tow.
Yeah. It's got to be a big cooler. And disc golf is for people who drop acid and listen to EDM. That's what it is. Disc golf's terrible.
Every disc golf course in the state of Michigan was empty Memorial Day weekend, right?
100%.
Because they were all downtown.
Yeah, and next week it's going to be empty too, because they're all going to be in some forest. So.
Oh, man. Born Cool says, don't play golf much, but I love watching and betting it. Had Fitzpatrick plus 2,500 yesterday. All right, that's tight. That's tight. But, hey, Riley Greene, Riley ball game. The Riley Greene era is here.
That's right.
It was pure electricity down at Comerica Park. It's a new day. Look at this, the Riley Greene effect. Team OPS before Riley, 578. Team OPS since Riley, 2.142. Adam, you can't deny math. You can't deny numbers. load up the ink cartridges at the printers downtown at the Comerica Park ticket office. Get ready. Make sure the space is clear on your phone to download those PDFs of the playoff tickets you're buying. Adam, you can't argue those numbers. You can't argue math. A savior is here.
Yeah, look, he's been super impressive. 4 walks in his first 2 games. He's only struck out once. Kid's good. Is he turned the team around good? No, he's a rookie, Neal. He's a rookie. And the fact that even the Tigers dugout, everyone was like, man, it's so good to have Riley Greene back. Man, we really missed him before camp start. Right before spring ball finished, he got hurt. That really hurt us. Really, a rookie being out hurt you guys. That's why Javi Baez swings at pitches that go outside of Comerica Park, right? This team is not fixable. They're 26-40. They can win 24 of their next 34 games, Neal, and they would only be 500. This is not any. Look, the OPS is great. Robbie Grossman decided to start playing baseball. That's great. Spencer Torkelson decided to start hitting the baseball. That's great. Season's over. What are we doing? I'm rooting for the young kids to develop. I want to see consistent pitching like we have seen. I want to see Torkelson, hit a home run. That'd be nice.
Well, let's start with a hit. Get a hit.
I mean, he's been last few games a few hits, but home runs, power would be nice. Like, you are expected to hit 20 home runs in your rookie season playing 162 games. You should probably have 20 home runs. You are on pace for nothing remotely close to that right now. So I'm looking for the young guys to continue to get better. I'm looking for the guy in the front office, Mr. Fat Ass, to leave town. Once that's over with, I think we're on to something special.
No, and look, my thoughts on the job performance of Al Avila have been well documented just in terms of...
Can we get a poll in the chat? Is Al Avila fat?
Right.
Wrapping up the last one, is golf mid? 56% of you say yes. Ride or Die Detroit says, Texas Rangers are so bad, though. I want to see what they can do against average teams. And you're going to get your opportunity because they're going to Boston now, and we'll see what happens there. But Sam Flannel, because I don't want to say I was feeling the electricity. You guys know nobody has been more critical than me. And I had to have Sam Flannel pointed out to me. I forgot the series started Thursday. I was like, oh, they won a series. Hold that. No, they didn't.
It was a split. And honestly, seeing Riley Greene there, it was exciting. It was nice. Like Adam said, he took 4 walks, which is a much bigger deal than I think people even talk about. But still, I'm looking at a stat right now. The Detroit Tigers have 12 players who have played significant ball, who have on-base percentages of under 300. Drink that in, people. That is as bad as can possibly be. And I guess the only good news is they're honestly fortunate to only be 14 games under 500. They should be the worst team in the majors, but their pitching has been good. Their bullpen has been good. But still, this season's over. But if you want to look at Riley Greene as something to be excited about, a reason to go down to the ballpark, I'm not going to hate you for it.
Well, Riley, look, everyone can talk about Riley Greene. At the end of the day, look at the offseason signing. Javi Baez, batting 194. You threw all that money, but you didn't have the money to sign Correa because you weren't willing to commit, an extra $5 million annually? Excuse me? You just signed an endorsement deal with the NFL? But we can't spend money on Carlos Correa, who's batting 293 right now, an entire point higher than Javi Baez. I mean, I don't know what you guys need to see more from Al Avila. He's absolute dog shit. Sorry, Flannel, but this is not AJ Hinch isn't a good manager. The pitching hasn't been better than we thought. This isn't, the bats are struggling. This is, you put this team together, man. You spent the money.
7 years.
And you've never spent it well. And good luck trading him because he's a strikeout machine who can't get on base.
Here's the thing that's concerning, which is going to be weird to say. The concerning thing about Riley Greene, and this is real, and this just popped in my head. I don't know if this is the Adam Beydoun effect with him being in the studio or what. I would think it's not so much that as much as it is, common sense, because the following statements are true. The moves Al Avila has made, failures have far and away exceeded successes. Like, I would say almost 9 out of 10. And we've gone through the moves. I'm not doing it again. We've gone through all of them. Here's my concern with the Riley Greene thing, is you're going to see, this might re-rack into the Michael Fulmer thing, where you had Fulmer, who was a Rookie of the Year. You knew you weren't going to be putting any money into this team at all. You knew that the farm system was empty, and yet you held on to that asset the entire time. He gets hurt, the value goes away, everything's over. My concern with the Riley Greene thing is without a significant capital infusion through free agency, you're going to be in the exact same spot, Adam. I feel with this team right now, you are getting a snapshot. There's almost a regression back to that time when Michael Fulmer was a Rookie of the Year. In that, and look, it's 2 games in. Work with me here, people. My concern is that, Adam, where what's there to go with it? Because right now it looks like there's nothing.
There is nothing. No, there's nothing to go with it, Neal. There's nothing. There's nothing to expect. Riley Greene is a rookie. You go find me the rookies outside of the few Hall of Famers that walked into the league and just slugged. You're not going to get that from Greene and Torkelson. They're going to be average, below average their first year, and ideally their second year they take strides. You're not winning this year or next year unless Alavila leaves town and you load up in free agency. That's the truth.
That's it, man. And so what's different? Theoretically, what's different?
Nothing. They're still in a rebuild, is what I'm telling you.
Right, and they're not any further along.
No. They're in the same spot they were 6 years ago.
They're worse off because they got nobody in the minors.
Well, and they're worse off too now because there's contract liabilities on the books with Rodriguez and Baez. Like that's what I was told, right? Yeah. Like I was told that. Well, we invested $300 million into the team. Cool, bro.
And we're worse.
And they are worse.
But Neal, Robbie Grossman hit his first 2 home runs of the year. Past 2 games. Look out.
Oh, 32-year-old Robbie Grossman.
Yeah, it might be a trade asset now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants these bums.
No, you see, but that's where it is. If anything, because I was making my peace with everything. I was. I went on my little hiatus from the Tigers over a weekend, and I chilled out, and I came back, and I was back to it, where I'd flip it on. If I'm at home and got nothing going on, I'll put it on and be disappointed and then move on. That's the way it was. The Riley Greene injection, if anything, has reopened those wounds that I had just, cleared.
Yeah.
In that I realize how grim this is.
It's bad.
This just happened within the course of the last 12 minutes.
And it's not getting any better anytime soon.
Let's just so you guys know, the last 5 World Series winning GMs are all in shape. So, and this year, the team that likely wins it has an in-shape, fit, I should say, GM.
Neal Ruhl here for Big Boy. The buffets are back at Big Boy at participating locations every 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Don't forget the classics like the Slim Jim, the Dolly Chicken Sandwich, and, of course, the original Big Boy. That's always a banger, folks. Ain't nothing mid about the Big Boy. Find your nearest location at bigboy.com. It's Big Boy, a Detroit institution.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Don and Pop and Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Adam Beydoun from the Morning Woodward Show, 8 to 10, with my guy, Terry Foster, here on the Woodward Sports Network. D-Mac will be back in the saddle tomorrow. We do have Sam Flannel. We do have Spencer Raxter. just wrapping up this Tigers discussion, Prag Patel says, nice segue there, Neal. Sometimes, Prag, in this game, there's nowhere to go. So you just put your head down and you go, even if conditions are suboptimal. Let's just say it like that, which that's the way it was. But, you got to get it in. Jeremy Anderson, y'all tripping on my Tigers.
Yeah.
All right. No, I think you're tripping on them, man. Literally.
He's tripping on something.
James Gerns, Eduardo has not helped us thus far. Maybe one start. The minor league pitching has helped us more than Eduardo has.
Don't say that.
The Tigers spent their money terribly this
that.
season.
No, don't say it. They spent well. Eduardo Rodriguez has been phenomenal. Best pitcher in baseball. 10 out of 10. Al Avila deserves a contract extension. Tell me I'm wrong.
So,
You're wrong.
what is the deal with him? Like,
personal, something at home right now. Nobody's sure.
Yeah,
really what's
family
going
troubles.
Okay.
Yeah, but even before then, he
I think it's
sucked
something
ass.
with his wife, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he's not performing on the field, how do you think he's performing at home?
Oh
So.
my God.
Well, 5 years, $77 million. Like, that's what it is. And then obviously the Javi Baez. It's just, for me, this Riley Greene thing is, if anything, it's depressing. It's further depressing. For real, it is. And, other people have said, certainly on our YouTube chat thread as well, Southpaw Labs, the real benefit of Riley Greene is providing comfort for Torkelson. They're going to go through it together, take BP together, learn together. It's a benefit, and Torque should improve. I mean, if that's the difference, then that's pretty sad as well, right? I mean, that's a very Adham Beydoun answer, but I think that it's still true.
It's very true, but if that's what Torkelson was missing this entire season, I'm looking at that dugout and saying, where's the leadership? Where's the mentorship? Where's Miggy taking BP a few days a week with Torkelson? Where's Javi Baez? Not that you want to learn how to hit a baseball from Javi, but where's the leadership?
I think what Torkelson was missing was that dirty mustache that he grew. Because since he grew that dirt stash, he's been
he's not
well.
A clean face guy. I'm not a fan of the clean face.
No, something's jacked up about
And him with a beard. I mean, he would. I can't say the word, but
he'd Lucas Raymond.
Oh yeah, he can. He's approaching Jimmy G levels with a beard.
Chuck Brewer says he can't get any worse, can he? And
he can.
Oh, he can.
No,
it's baseball. It's baseball.
He can't get worse than 170, man.
You can. In baseball, you can go 0 for 24.
And but as soon as you get one hit, your average goes up like 11 points.
Not this late in the season.
It can't get any worse, man. That's just the way that I see that. But again, I mean, just kind of wrapping it up, it's depressing to me. Am I making any sense, Sam Flannel? Like, for real, is this?
Oh, of course, because when it comes to Riley Greene, like you said, what else is there? You're not going to save the team just by being Riley Greene. I gave you the stats on everybody else, how 12 position players who have played at least 15 or so games have on-base percentages under 300. You can't win with that if you come in and you're Mike Trout. You just can't. So that actually does make sense. You don't have the Riley Greene excuse anymore. I mean, and like I said with Michael Fulmer, he was the Rookie of the Year, but they should have traded him when they had the chance. And we don't want that with a guy like Riley Greene. That would be a tragedy, honestly.
Yeah, and I just don't know how it's going to change. I don't have the blueprint for. I can't even explain it to you. I can't be paid to make a case for it. You know what I'm saying? There's no argument.
You can't. And you could have never foreseen the dip in production, even guys like Jonathan Scope and Jamer Candelario and Akil Badu.
No, I saw the Jamer Candelario
Well,
coming.
not to this degree. That he's in the 100s, but then even go to Akil Badu, he's in the minors. Guys,
are you guys really surprised?
He's hitting like 170 in the minors too. Yeah. Like it's over.
Yeah, it's
again, anything Al Avila touches typically dies. So take that for what you will.
That's it, right? Like that's all that can be done. It
has to be done. It's not that it should or it's the only thing. No. This is actually a fundamental problem. We every Detroit Tigers fan love the farm system. Look at our farm system. You don't win with a farm system.
No, you win with major league players.
You win by removing that farm system and trading them for players that can actually hit in the majors now. Torkelson and Greene, love them. Hope they turn out to have fantastic careers. They're not going to be the reason why you win a World Series, let alone your division. How about you start there? Free agency, marquee trades. What are you doing, Al? Dick.
Chuck Brewer says you've been dead on with the Tigers from day one, Neal. And Chuck, no, I'm not doing that because no one saw this. No one saw this tragedy playing out this way or how this was going to go. I had that sense that the hopium, was a little too pure for everybody in town. I got that feeling that the blue magic was an epidemic that was taking over the city. And I just looked at it from the standpoint of when Jeimer Candelario is your opening day cleanup hitter, you're not going to win. Sometimes, and Adam, you know what? And you get this, I get this, everybody in this room gets this, everybody at this network gets this, what do you know about professional sports and stuff like that? Yeah, well I'll tell you what I know. If Jeimer Candelario is your opening day hitter, you're not going to win games. Like that, and that's not a slight on him as a person or anything like that. Look at the numbers. There's data points to back up what I say.
Shopping for the groceries, right? If you're a parent at home, right? Let's just say you are an outside observer and you're looking at this household and all the kids weigh 340 pounds and they're all 10 years old. Who do you blame, the kids or the parents? I'm asking, honest question.
Parents. You know the answer.
Who shops for the groceries in the house? That's who you blame. Who sets the rules in the house? That's who you blame. But we're not having this conversation about Al Avila. Why?
Why? And why?
He's the one that's shopping for the groceries. And if anything, he's taken the groceries that were actually good for your kids and gave them away for a bag of Snickers. Come on. J.D. Martinez, Justin Verlander, for nothing.
No, you got Des Cameron.
Spent money.
No, you got Des Cameron.
Yeah, okay, Neal. Spent money on
Upton.
Upton.
Catcher, what's his name? I can't even
Spent
remember.
Jake Rogers.
Jake Rogers.
Oh, Jake. I forgot about Jake Rogers.
Yeah.
We're going to the World Series. Get out of here. Unbelievable.
James Gurn says Scope, Candelario, and Grossman have absolutely buried this team this season.
Nope.
And that, but even so, even if you do believe that, what was more real? What they did last year or what they did every other single year of their career? What was more real?
That's like taking, again, you're banking on the most extreme data point in their careers as the neutral
norm.
event.
Yeah.
And that's not true. What you do is you remove the extreme on both sides of the spectrum and you go to the averages. And the averages tell you what a player is. And Jared Goff is a perfect example of this. He had an extreme data point year where he was an MVP candidate. And then he had a really bad year his last year in Los Angeles. But he's not the low side or the high side. He's somewhere in between that. And you actually saw year one with Jared Goff. You saw what the difference is between that bad and that good is. And he was somewhere in between of average. That's your quarterback. And if you're going to bank on him to have an MVP type season, boy, you're either Nostradamus or you're on coke. And I think you're on coke.
If anybody knows, you know.
I would know.
Detroit Dabber says Beydoun had 3 hits yesterday, triples in back-to-back games. I'm not giving up on him yet. And Dabber, I'd say, cool, he's hitting 233 with all those hits. Like that's what it is. Like that is the good thing about baseball. The numbers are right there. There's no arguing them.
You can't fake it in baseball. You can either hit a baseball or you can't. And in baseball, you can actually fail 3 out of every 10 times and be one of the best hitters in the league. So there's nothing quite like MLB pitching to see like Truth Serum. And Truth Serum has shown that these Tigers just cannot hit. They haven't hit. It's the worst MLB offense I've ever seen. I think you guys would all agree.
They're on a historically bad pace of being like the worst MLB offense of all
in
time.
today's day and age of baseball.
Yeah.
And I know the runs are down and everything like that. Yankees don't seem to be struggling.
Aaron Judge is going to lap us on home runs as a team.
Yeah, he's on pace to threaten the single season home run record in the quote unquote dead era.
Yeah.
The dead ball era that we're in right now. Perry says, what do you think their record was going to be, Neal? I thought, some wins shy of the Vegas over-under win, like mid-70s-ish, I thought. Low to mid-70s. They catch some breaks, maybe push 80 wins. This team wasn't ready, man. And that was the other thing that I talked about on the opening day shows. You were counting on a rookie parlay to hit in Torkelson and Greene. That people we did the shows.
Oh, yeah.
People said that repeatedly. Torkelson will be a 20, 25 home run guy. Riley Greene's rookie of the year. And I'm big on Riley Greene. I am.
Yeah.
Big on him. And he walked in and he showed us, at least in the first 2 games.
He showed us.
So, I get the sense maybe he could. Oh, Rose, like that's. I feel that though. I feel as though he was a good player. I said on the air, like if we're talking about preseason things, I said him, and I forget what the number was, about 15-ish to 1 to be rookie of the year. Mm-hmm. I said I love that.
Yeah.
I love that as a spin. You're not going to put your grocery money on it. You're not going to take all that money you spend on Snickers, as Adham would say, to put your grocery money on that. But I thought it was worth a spin.
It was definitely worth a spin. I mean, we saw what he did. He was the number 2 ranked prospect in the MLB for a reason. Like, this guy's got the tools. And unfortunately, he had the injury that set him back, and so he couldn't start the year with the team. But I still think he can make a push for that. He didn't miss astronomical.
Do you guys know what was happening in the United States in 1908? Anybody?
World War
No, I wasn't there.
Nothing much.
Yeah,
Nothing much popping off. Bunch of farmers playing baseball. 4 weeks ago, the Tigers were on pace to have fewer runs in a single season than the Washington, whatever the hell they were in 1908. Put that into perspective. They're on pace for 462 runs right now.
Didn't the fields not have fences and stuff?
No, the fewest amount ever is 380. They're only on pace for 80 runs more. Come on.
That's sad.
Yeah, so, I mean, and that's what it was. Chuck says exactly, Adam. Folks don't become stars at age 28 to 30 after being mid-tier for years. I just got a chance to sneak mid in there, so I certainly was going to that. And that's the other problem with all this. If you want to say, well, let Torkelson and Greene play out, Tarek Skubal looks like a hit, every other person I hear about from the baseball writers that have been around for 60 years that write, every other prospect I hear about's 25.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have already life cycled you at 25. If you ain't with the club at 25 with the Dodgers,
You're done.
it's a wrap.
Yeah. You're getting traded to the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how it's going to go. So, I don't know. MyBookie.com, that's a place to get down all the action. The Stanley Cup Finals. Boy, Tampa Bay. It's do or die for them coming up. That's tonight, right?
Yep.
Big game 3. They got to have it or they're dead. NHL really wants Tampa Bay to win. I get the feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball is in mid-season. Think the Tigers are going to turn it around? Think they're good? Tigers are going to go to the World Series behind Riley Greene? Riley Ballgame? MyBookie.com. Be happy to take that action, I'm sure. And right now, when you open up an account, use a promo code Woodward. They'll match part of your first deposit up to 50%. Give that to you in free bets so you can get even more mileage out of your gambling activity money. When you sign up, as we said, for a new account, use that promo code Woodward and you will get that deposit bonus in the form of free bets. Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Have a gambling problem? Call the Michigan Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117. Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog out in Novi with no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, in a 24-hour turnaround. You can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing. Big Frog has the styles you want. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG. That's 844-4-BIG-FROG. God, that's a tongue twister.
Ribbit.
But that's why you're a pro, and that's why you make all the big money. You see what I'm saying?
Man, I need a hype man on the morning show like Neal. Jesus.
Yes,
Terry
you
out
do.
here calling me a cutie pie. How am I dealing with it?
Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got Adam Beydoun from the Morning Woodward Show here in for D-Mac. He'll be back tomorrow. Sam Flannel, Spencer Rachter. You know the squad. We got them up in here. Detroit Dabber 313. Last 7 games, Beydou's hitting 320 since you like numbers so much. Well, Dabber, I'll say this. That's cool because when he was in the majors, he went, what was it? Oh, I don't know. He had a couple 7-day stretches where he didn't get a hit in the majors. So, that kind of balances it out. And
he was batting 140 in the majors. How about we not talk about Akil Baddoo?
Well, that's my point.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like we're getting close to the end. I will give him this. At least he's 23. I'll give him that.
23 in baseball is, I mean, come on, guys. You're either a hitter or you're not. You typically have one breakout year later on in your career if you haven't already. But if you're one of the guys, everyday lineup for 10, 12 years, you are usually it by 23.
It hurts you too when you're number 60 in baseball.
Yeah.
That's usually a spring training number.
For sure. It's an ugly number. But I liked him when we caught lightning in a bottle with 2 guys last year. Honestly, 3 if you want to put Grossman in there, but Grossman, Haas, and Baddoo. It's bad that we're banking off that to happen again. And off of 2 rookies.
When we reconstruct it, and we're going to get into some Lion stuff, but listen to this parlays that we have to hit.
Yeah. We need Grossman to hit 25 again. We need Baddoo and Haas to both hit 20 again. We need Torkelson to hit 25 and Riley Greene's got to be rookie of the year. Like, Jesus.
And like the pitcher thing.
Yeah.
We got all these young pitchers. The math said, as I said before opening day, what was always my thing about the 3 pitchers that everybody loved? One of them's going to be a bust.
Yeah.
It's just the way it always works out that way. It's just the way it always goes. So, that's what it is. Lions, over the weekend, they inked Josh Paschal to his contract. So, Adam, we were talking about this. I was never told. I don't think like the story officially came out like what the holdup was with his deal because it was slotted. But it doesn't matter because he's inked now. And this is a guy where you look at the draft capital that was used to get him. I may get filleted for this because I took a lot of heat for expecting a lot from Aiden Hutchinson. Expect a lot from Josh Paschal too, man.
Why wouldn't you? He's a 2nd-round pick.
Right?
Yeah.
Easy.
2nd-round pick, I'm expecting to be one of your key rotational players, if not an every down player. Every down may be too much, but 3-down player at least.
Right.
This is a guy that's going to make an impact on the field. That's why you took him at 46. Why can't we have expectations? What are we doing here? This is sports. You're the number 2 overall pick. I expect you to play like one. Excuse me. Wow, Neal, you really offended half the country there. You could never make it as president of the United States.
Michigan fans, they're soft.
Come on.
No, but again though, expecting big things out of him, and it may be tougher. And see, here's the whipsaw with everything that's gone on.
The what?
When the whipsaw, like the whip around.
I've never heard that before, but continue. Sorry.
But here's the other side of things. Okay. Where it might be a little bit different. To where my big thing last year with the Lions was we saw Aleem McNeil in the box score.
Yeah.
With numbers from time to time. We saw a lot of the rookies, most of the rookies, in the box score every game, playing all the games. Now, the detractors will say, well, who else were they going to play? Fair. But the moral of the story is that these guys that were out there had a measurable contribution to what happened in a game, in an NFL game.
Yep.
They had an impact in the game. I think the flip side of this coin now, Adam, where guys like Josh, like you look at how thick that defensive line has gotten with 2 C's.
Oh, yeah. At least.
Look at how thick that defensive line's gotten now. I will say this, in defense of Josh Paschal, it may be tough. If things go the way Brad Holmes and the Lions want him to go, it may be tough for him to get in there and get consistent reps. Am I crazy with this or not?
No. Look, whenever your team drafts a player first, 2nd round, you're expecting a starter. You're expecting a guy to contribute. Josh Paschal is coming in with a lot of, I would say, solid tape coming out of college. Hell of a player at Kentucky. Helped turn around that program. But you have to be fair here. What's the expectation for a Josh Paschal? For me, 5 sacks. No pressure. 5 sacks year one. But if
25-ish tackles.
But if I'm a cynic, Max Crosby was a 4th-round pick. Came to the league, 10 sacks year one, 14 quarterback hits. I don't care about the sacks. I care about the quarterback hits. You get me 12 to 14 quarterback hits, I am very happy with you, Josh Paschal. You get me 15, 18 year 2, I'm very happy. And if somehow by year 3 you're getting me 23, 24, 25 quarterback hits, dude, you're likely a Pro Bowler. So you can only imagine what I'm going to be expecting out of Aidan Hutchinson, right? So this is the game we're playing. If you want me to project Josh Paschal as a contributing player, well, okay. Here are my expectations. 5, 7, and ideally breaks out in the 3rd year with a double-digit sack. But hey, again, I am not the sack guy. I don't believe in the number. I think it's a part. I think it's a big part of it. But show me quarterback hits, quarterback pressures. That's where I find out if you're really contributing to my football team. Because some players, like a Max Crosby year 1, he only had 14 quarterback hits. He had 10 sacks. Every time he got to the quarterback, that's wow. His 3rd year, he had 33 quarterback hits. Only 7 sacks, or 8 sacks, excuse me. He was 2nd team All-Pro. So when we're projecting players, you want to project them for the best. I think Paschal can be a good edge rusher in the NFL. Am I going to sit here and say he's going to be a top 5, top 10 edge rusher? That's a bit much. 2nd-round pick. You have to let him make that decision, not me. I will not put that expectation because it's a bit much. So it's a wait and
he wasn't
see.
Drafted number 2 overall.
And that's the guy you look at and you say, if you put expectations on Aidan Hutchinson, I have no problem with it. He's a number 2 overall pick. He was the consensus number 1 player on the board, except for Trent Baalke in Jacksonville. Thank you, by the way. Shout out everybody in Jacksonville. Enjoy that process. You just wasted Trevor Lawrence. Way to go. Way to be. Shout out to you guys.
Real Deal Prime says, sup, Detroit, and follows that up with saying, better offensive line, but that pass defense is still worse in the NFL.
Who's this idiot? Spades KD.
Yeah.
This guy typically in your chat?
No.
No, first timer?
Yeah.
First time dumbass?
First time I've seen him.
Oh, first time dumbass. No problem. He's a run stopper. Dude, did you watch him play in college? He can help stop the run. He is a get to the quarterback guy. He led the SEC in pass rushes. Yeah. Shut the hell up, please.
The SEC, are they good? They play good football there?
No, actually, the Big Ten's better, right?
PFF had him rated as one of the best pass rushers in the draft.
No, he was the number 1 pass rusher, rated by PFF.
Yeah. But he's a run stopper. He's not
a run stopper. Yeah. Peyton Manning is a running back.
Yeah. He's a dual threat.
But Real Deal Prime's comment there with the that pass defense is still the worst in the NFL. The quickest way to improve that,
thank you,
is quarterback pressure, man.
That's why you don't draft Kyle Hamilton at number 2. Like, look, I love Sauce Gardner. I really like Derek Stingley. Could be very good players in the NFL. It doesn't mean a damn thing if you can't get to the quarterback. You can put Champ Bailey, Jalen Ramsey, I don't care who the hell, Deion Sanders out there. If you give my quarterback 8 seconds to throw the football, it doesn't matter who you have guarding my guy.
Yeah, and I'll even, to butt heads with you a little bit, if you do want to go that route, Adam, you need that generational Deion Sanders where he takes where they don't try him.
Let's say,
you know what I'm saying?
They don't try him, but look at Jalen Ramsey, for example. He's a generational player.
But they try him.
And in today's NFL, it's harder. Back then, Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders, Asamoah, Darrell Revis, you could grab the guys and play physical. It's not like it was before. It's a pass-friendly league. That's why corners have been diminished. Trayvon Diggs had 11 interceptions. He got beat for over 1,000 yards. A good pass rush. Remember, this was the knock on Brady when the Giants beat them twice. Oh, Tom Brady's human. You just have to get a pass rusher. So is every quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. Osi Umenyiora and Michael Strahan. Yeah, if you can get to the quarterback, you're probably going to win football games, guys. Like, this isn't rocket science here.
And Justin Tuck and
Come on.
JPP. Like,
Come on.
those are Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying. And Real Prime says that the ball leaves a quarterback's arms, the Lions' defense gets burned.
So
and
does
that's
every
it.
defense in the NFL.
And that goes across the entire National
and
Football
college
League.
football.
100%.
You don't believe me? Who's the greatest coach in college football history, Neal?
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban is telling you, not by his words, his actions. Hey, I can't stop I can't stop opposing offenses anymore. I need to go find me a Jalen Hurts, a Tua Tagovailoa, a Bryce Young. I need the mobile, dynamic quarterback, and we can get to that later.
And the Calvin
with J.J.
Ridleys.
McCarthy. You need the Calvin Ridleys, the Jerry Judys, the Julio. You need those guys now. It's no longer the Mark Ingram days. The game's evolved. The NFL's evolving. If the Lions want to sit there and think that two pass stopping, shut down corners is going to win you games in the NFL, it just isn't. It's nice. It's nice to have.
Yeah.
I would love to have a Jalen Ramsey. I'm not spending the number 2 overall pick on him, though. That's the difference.
And Chuck Brewer says, name a quarterback that throws touchdowns when lying on their back. And you know the answer, Chuck. 0.0. There are none. When it comes to gyms, though, there's only one choice, and that is Planet Fitness. We're live from the Planet Fitness studios here at Woodward Sports, home of the judgment-free zone. Now, this Woodward Sports, it's very much a judgment zone. But Planet Fitness is not. That's a judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership starts at just $10 a month with access to your home club. Black card option on the table as well, $24.99 a month. Less than $1 per day, people. And you get all of it. You get access to it all. Unlimited tanning, massage chairs, total body enhancement. Access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses around the world with unlimited guest privileges. You can join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Hey, Scott from Woodward Bets. Hey, you guys should know we just came off an absolutely great week. We even called the winner of the U.S. Open. Our girl Kelly nailed it. Make sure you guys are checking us out over there at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. You also got to make sure you're checking out oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at the sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get back to those winners. We got to stay hot. We're going to roll with the Yankees today to beat the Rays. Yankees have been playing some pretty good ball. oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. You got to check it out.
With the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan, there is nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. That's right. Spencer, do you have a big project coming up?
Hell yeah.
Alta Rent has you covered, baby. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
Turned that around on me. That was pretty impressive.
Oh, man. That was a tough one.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, by the way, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, we got Adham Beydoun, we got Spencer Raxter, we got Sam Flannel here in the house. What big project you got going on, Spence?
It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Let's just put it that way.
You need some heavy machinery, you're telling me?
Yeah, I might.
He needs a lot of lubricant.
Does uptime matter?
Uptime definitely matters.
Uptime does matter.
And if
Depends
uptime
how
lasts more
quickly
than
you're
24
satisfied.
hours, you might have to call a doctor.
Oh, God. That's why you get a prescription for that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What happened? We were rolling. Everything was going so great. What happened?
It started sucking dick live on air. I don't know what I'm listening to here. Guys, we record these cameras. I hope you know that. We can expose these spits. I don't know, Neal. I'm sorry. I did not encourage what he just did. I'm telling you. It's not my fault.
Oh.
Oh, God,
okay, you can owe me. All right, here we go. Big D Energy, second hour. Let's just restart it like it never happened again.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Second hour of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Adham Beydoun. We got Spencer Raxter. We got Sam Flannel. We have all of you on our YouTube channel and our YouTube chat as well. Tap into that. Give us some thoughts on anything you have going on. But we were talking Lions defense right there. And I do want to do this. And as we get into that, I got to be careful what I say because people get upset. As we get into that media silly season time of year where they're going to be pumping out the stories on, you know who they're going to be pumping out the stories on. But anyway, I want the lines drawn right now with the Jeff Okudah thing. I do. I want, what are you expecting? What do you expect? What do you think, which I hope is what you expect? Draw the line in the sand right now, Adam. Because, again, you guys know my stance on it. When you go back to it and look at him being the fourth highest paid player on the team, a tough decision will have to be made after this season. And, you know, people are saying, you know, he's all the way locked in on the return from the ruptured Achilles. And look, it's not coming from a negative place. Obviously, if you're a Lions fan.
So what are we trying to draw the line at? Expectations or what we'd like to see out of him?
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Wow. I know what we want. I know what we want. We want him to go to the Pro Bowl. Like, that's what we want. That's what everybody wants.
I doubt he plays 17 games. Let me put it that way. That, I think, for sure is a guarantee. I don't think he plays a full season. I'd love for him to play a full season. I would love for him to emerge as the team's best corner. I'd love for him to emerge as a perennial Pro Bowler, given the talent he had coming out of college. But let's just call it what it is. You can say, well, Adam, he's missed the first 2 seasons of his career. Oh, it's been a really rough go for him. Well, excuse me, when he was on the field, he wasn't any better. He had 1 good game against Arizona. You know who else had 1 good game in his career and was against Arizona? TJ Hawkinson. And it was his first game of his NFL career. And he's never lived up anywhere close to that since. So the line in the sand is, if Okudah gives me 17 games, hell, 15 games, a few tackles behind the line of scrimmage, 2-3 interceptions, 9-10 pass deflections, I'd be very happy with that. Given I've just completely pulled back, I don't expect him to be an all-pro corner because that's what you expect when you draft a number 3 overall. When you draft a number 3 overall, you expect him to be Jalen Ramsey. And you know what? Right now, he's not. And I'm not going to put that expectation on him because if I do, and you agree with me that we put Jalen Ramsey expectations on him going into his 3rd year, well, at the end of the year when it doesn't happen, you're going to bitch and cry when it doesn't. And I'm going to be Mr. Bad Guy.
And I'll be upset if it doesn't go down like that because here's the deal. And Jack Harrington, the YouTube chat thread, Neal, what happened to the show? Adam happened. You agreed to do a show with the devil, LMAO.
I fully am aware of how horrible I am. So,
hey, wait till the next segment when we swap out the co-host.
I'm getting kicked out.
Scott Ward says I expect him to be a quality number 2. ATG3 says, oh, you're saying he's flushed, and I don't know. We're gonna see. Like, that's the weird thing about the NFL.
Is it even fair to have expectations on Jeff Okudah coming off of back-to-back seasons where he didn't play at all?
Yes, it is. And look, this is where I'm gonna seem like the bad guy here, Adam.
But define it though.
Okay, well, you want definition because here's how I define it. Because next year he's a $10.7 million cap hit, but he's only $5.5 million of dead cap hit,
and you're not going to pay him the 5th-year option.
Right. Well, that's crossed off. But see, this year will tell me about next year because after this season, it's a $5 million cap savings to cut him. I know that's harsh.
If he's injured again, you cut him. I don't think that's...
But Adam, I mean, the production has to match the $10.7 million cap hit. That's the way this business works.
100%. And again, if he's hurt and he doesn't play this year, again, you cut him.
And you save the $5.5 million.
If he plays the full season... and he's average, you can keep him for next year, knowing that you probably aren't extending him, and the only way you would is if he somehow turns into an all-pro corner in year 4. So right now the Lions, I think, are in just a good position. They're in a good position with a lot of things. They have draft capital. They have fixed and addressed the salary cap. They're going to make a 5th-year option decision on Jeff Okudah next season. They can pick up the 5th year, which they did, obviously, for TJ Hawkinson. Are they going to pay him $70, $75 million like they're going to have to keep him? We'll see how this season and next season go. But at the end of the day, the Lions are in the driver's seat. They have time to make the decision on Okudah, And I think from an expectation
But
standpoint,
this season is the decision. Like, after this season
it is
over.
if he gets hurt. If he plays the season, let's just say he's a mid-tier corner.
Mid?
Right? I could make the case. I could make the case that you just keep him for year 4 and let him go. Because the money you'd save, are you going to bring in a veteran corner? Unless you plan on it, that's going to outproduce him in year 4? That's a conversation we can have. But if you're not, and you're just waiting on player development, you might as well just sit him out, or not extend him on a 5th-year option and let him walk after year 4. And then you're just done. No hits, nothing, you're done. Money saved. You don't have to address the books. You're done. The money's gone. That's it. So that's at least where
Do
I'm
people
at with
realize,
Jeff
though,
Okudah.
like, where I'm coming from with, like, it's real, and the time is now. For Jeff Okudah, like, it's this season is the career-defining season for him. And is it his fault he was taking 3? No, it's not his fault. Is it his fault that he got injured? No, it's not his fault. But this is the reality of the National Football League. And this is the reality where teams have to make tough decisions on guys. And we all want the same thing, right? We all want the feel-good story. Who doesn't?
All right, I'm going to give you a number. It's the average value rating the NFL gives out from Pro Football Reference, right? Jalen Ramsey last year was a 14, the year prior 15. That's all pro in the NFL for a corner. I need Jeff Okudah to be at an 8 or 9.
Yes.
If he gets me an 8, he matches Jalen Ramsey's rookie year. He matches what Ramsey did 3 years ago, and he is 1 fewer 9.
But what's your
than what
line,
Ramsey
though?
did
What's
in
your,
year
what's
4.
your line? Where's the
Minimum
cutoff?
8. 8, I'm keeping him year 4. Anything lower, cut.
I think he's actually going to perform well this year because he's not the number 1 corner coming into this year. That's Omoaria. Omoaria is going to be the guy guarding the best receiver on the other team, and he's not in a Matt Patricia defense anymore. He's not going to be out there on an island by himself with no help, man-to-man press coverage. They're going to scheme him to have success. Aubrey Pleasant and why can't I think of his name? Jeez. Lions defensive coordinator slipped my mind.
What's wrong with you? Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. Sorry, I don't know. Just slipped my mind. But they are going to put him
Crackhead.
in the position he needs to succeed. This is not Matt Patricia anymore. This is a guy who we've seen him do this. We saw him do it with Jerry Jacobs. We saw him do it with other players like that. You're going to tell me Jeff Okudah isn't more talented than Jerry Jacobs?
That may be the case, but, again, number 3 overall comes with expectations. Fair?
That's fair.
And last I checked, Jalen Ramsey was selected number 5 overall. Expectations.
Yes.
Under Gus Bradley in a 3-13 team, he was All-Pro Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2nd place, rookie year, damn near a Pro Bowler. Year 2, All-Pro, Pro Bowler, 1st team. Like, this doesn't take long in the NFL. Either you can play or you don't. The people that tell you, we're not sure if he can play, well, just one more season, are full of crap, and they're typically fans or dumb people in media. You usually know pretty damn early whether a guy can play or not. Tua? Look at the conversation we're having about Tua. Can Tua play? Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle last year. We got to give him all these pieces. All right? Justin Herbert walked into the league and did just fine. So did Joe Burrow. So did a lot of other quarterbacks. Kyler Murray. Even Baker Mayfield stepped into the league and showed he can be at least a competent quarterback. You don't need much time to know what you have. I don't want to hear that after year 3, well, there's still chance for or hope for Jeff Okudah. It's either you are a Pro Bowler this year and you show me you can be All-Pro next year and maybe All-Pro year 5, or you are a complete bust. And as of right now, he's a bust.
Chuck says, Neal, yes, you're a bit ahead. You're trying to make a call today that won't be made till the season's over. But Chuck, to me, because, we talk about this 34-game plan, and this is year 2 of that 34-game plan and D-Max clock and all that stuff. It's, for me, this is the most intriguing storyline because there's cap space at stake for the next year. And $5 million worth of cap space, which is pivotal. So, yeah, I mean, the reason that I'm bringing this up, and I talk about it a lot, is because it's big stake. These are big stakes right now, to where if you decide, and I think it's going to shake out around the area that Adham says, where you're going to be right at that line and you're going to have to make a call. And are you comfortable with using 5% of your cap? Because that's what it is. We talk about the Rams and how the salary cap doesn't exist. They don't have these decisions because they don't have first-round picks. So they don't have to decide on T.J. Hopkins.
And they hit in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round.
And Jeff Okudah's. They don't have to have those decisions
They don't have
made.
misses, basically.
Right. So that's – and if you do miss, your second your second round pick through your sixth round pick costs you about $2 million for the year. You know, $3 million for the year. So, you know, this is part of big boy football and winning football in the National Football League, where what happens in the front office is as important as what happens on the field in some instances.
Absolutely.
That's the reality of the show.
That's why the Rams are what they are. I like AC's question. Adam, is the expectation the same for Hutchinson, gold jacket guy? Yeah. Why wouldn't you want a gold jacket guy? Especially when 5 of the last 6 ends or pass rushers taken number 2 overall are on Hall of Fame trajectory or in the Hall of Fame. The only one is Chris Long. And if I told you that Aiden Hutchinson had Chris Long's career, it would be a little bit of a disappointment. But you would also say, hey, I mean, he had a few 4 or 5 years where he was 13.5 sacks on average. I mean, he kind of lived up to it. He just wasn't a gold jacket guy.
Right.
But he contributed. It's a tricky situation, but I'd rather have
But
the
you
Julius
see, though,
Peppers.
even with that, when you have those runs of 13 sack years, if you're on a rookie contract especially, it's a discount to market. So the battle was won. Like, it is pretty simple. Like, it's pretty simple what the official drink of summer is. It's the Mulligan, made with Gypsy vodka. And you know what? The Gypsy vodka people pulled up on us here at Woodward. Right here it is. That's the Mulligan. Right there. The lemonade iced tea vodka Mulligan. You know what? Let's unbox one, shall we? Shall we do that, Stick? I think we should. The official drink of summer. One sip. Everybody knows the rules, right? Is that how this thing works? That's what I was told? All right. Oh, yeah.
How's that hitting?
Slaps, bro.
Yeah, that's what Leach said.
There's nothing mid. Nothing mid about this. You guys, if you're out on the golf course, this is it. Hold on. Oh, man. If you're out on the golf course, if you're back in the backyard at home on a barbecue, Gypsy vodka, lemonade, iced tea. This flavor slaps. I'm going to try the other ones too as we go. But this is what it is, folks. A local company as well. Support the local companies. Stick loves it. He's gonna fountain one right there.
Oh, hey-oh.
They're 8% too. This isn't to be played with, everybody.
It
gets a job done. Taste review right there. I endorse it. It's Gypsy Vodka. I endorse that too. You know how we do it. The official drink of summer, the Mulligan. Ask for it at a golf course. Pull up on Total Wine as well. These things are bangers, man. Ask for it by name. It's Gypsy Vodka. Hey, drink responsibly.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
No.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it. You've heard of it. It's the original home of the football bowling pin game called Fulling. Multiple different ways you can do it. They've got $12 open unlimited play or private lane reservation for $120 for 10 to 12 people. And you know they got the $2 mystery beer vending machine. You put in $2, pops you out a good beer. No hassle, no fuss needed. Know what you want to make a decision. They have multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So come on down and check them out in Hamtramck at the Fulling Warehouse or visit them online at fullingwarehouse.com. Again, that is fullingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Went to the bullpen. We got Stick here in the house. There's a couple things, Stick, that you're walking into a lot.
Listen, if I could
walk into chugging a mulligan, I don't care what show, just put me on it.
Put you on that
Put
show.
me on that show.
Steve Brown says, chug it, Neal. Our guy Scott G from Woodward Bet says, don't be Aaron Rodgers. All right, here we go.
Oh, God. Now, mind you, 8%, 12 ounces, your standard beer is what, 3.5? So this is almost like him chugging 3 beers at once.
There we go.
Don't ever question this man. Ever.
Right.
We can hang out.
Hey,
Neal.
Stick, what's going on?
We can hang out.
No, I know we can. We have.
Yeah. But I mean, like, now I know we can take it next level, too.
Yeah. Jonathan Gordon says, stop talking to Sam Flannel. FJ 1967. Spencer, thoughts on Friday, Stick versus Sam Flannel. Now, you weren't there. You had left.
Not, yeah.
These two had some issues.
I heard they went at it. And, I mean, I'm not exactly knowing what's said, but I can't let slander go on LeBron. I mean...
Oh, so you think there is a LeBron era?
LeBron, yeah. He made, what, 7 straight NBA Finals? Or 6 straight NBA Finals? 8 straight NBA Finals.
It was almost a decade of LeBron in the finals.
That's a LeBron era. I mean, yeah, Steph Curry got as many rings as he did
in the LeBron era.
During the LeBron era.
So there is no LeBron era.
But there was definitely. I mean,
imagine if there was another dude who got 6 rings during the Jordan era. Would we call it the Jordan era? That's a question for everybody in the chat, everybody in this room. Think about it, digest it, because if there was another dude that had 6 rings during the Jordan era, we would not call it the Jordan era. We would just call it the era of when everybody was winning rings under Jordan's watch. And ironically, today a graphic popped up on my social media. I sent it to Spencer, and it kind of, it backs up what I'm saying. Let's take a look at this graphic real quick.
Where'd you send it to me?
Oh, I sent it to your email.
Oh.
Okay. I thought that's why you were referencing this.
See, Spencer, that's the way you do it. When someone's countering you, you sabotage them.
Where is this?
Okay. What are you talking about?
No,
what kind of foolery is this?
When he does pull up the graphic, I mean, it shows every decade who dominated that in the NBA, and there's not a picture of LeBron.
According to who, though?
Yeah.
That's
internet,
the thing.
which is never wrong.
I cannot wait till that graphic is up because I've got a point that will destroy everything that you said. In the 2010s, LeBron James won 4 Finals MVPs. Steph Curry won 0. As much as me, you, Spencer, and Neal.
That's fair. Sam Flannel's right here. He's right.
Yeah, Finals MVPs is everything.
How
many finals did he win?
4.
Almost half the decade.
He was the best player on all 4 finals. You Steph Curry fans, you toxic Steph Curry fans, like to pretend that Kevin Durant didn't exist. He was the best player on those 2 finals teams.
And you like to pretend that LeBron James didn't do what KD did and leave a team to go join somebody else who already won a championship. So, in essence, KD is LeBron. LeBron is KD. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Did you see those teams that were constructed in Cleveland around LeBron James? They got
when
Mo
they
Williams.
had 3 consecutive #1 overall picks.
We're talking about when he was there. We're talking about why he left. I understand that they were able to get Kyrie while he was gone. They were able to flip Wiggins for Kevin Love. That's why he came back. But while he was there the first time, they constructed crap rosters around him. They just did. How are you supposed to win championships with those?
I think Zdrunas Ilgauskas was a proper center. He could take you all the way to the championship.
You want to win? Put Boobie Gibson in.
Oh, Boobie Gibson. There you go. J.R. Smith. The most reliable, consistent human on the planet.
I thought, I thought we came to a pretty decent conclusion on this, too, where look, for me, it's what you're shopping for. If you're a Jordan guy, I can't kill you. If you're a LeBron guy, I can't kill you. If you're a Wilt Chamberlain guy, I can't kill you. Like, for me, my only issue with the LeBron-Michael thing, and I always get painted into the corner of being a LeBron slap when I say this, I'll never understand, and I brought this up on Friday, I'll never understand why LeBron gets penalized for rising up and winning when he had no business winning, while Jordan gets rewarded for not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fair argument, and I think I talked about that too. Like, I don't penalize guys for getting there and not winning. Joe Montana's undefeated in the Super Bowl, but Tom Brady's been. Yeah, but Joe Montana didn't get to as many Super Bowls, so you can't knock him for getting there. But really, the argument that I want answered is if somebody else during the Jordan era won 6 championships, would we call it the Jordan era? No, we wouldn't. And you guys know that. Logically, you know that, Sam, right?
Well, there wasn't a second best player who really could challenge him. Maybe Hakeem, but was Patrick Ewing as good as Steph Curry?
But that's because of Jordan. But that's because of Jordan.
Yeah, that's because.
And
Jordan,
I'm playing both sides. I know I'm playing both sides. It's where I think though. That's what I think.
Well,
honestly.
you're a logical human being, so you can understand. Like, hey, wait, I do think LeBron is better, but wait. If somebody did win as many championships as Jordan, we wouldn't look at Jordan the same. Like, that was the thing. That's why Jordan's on this pedestal. He locked everybody down. Everybody. Clyde Drexler, Bird, Magic, the Bad Boys. Like, he went through hell to win those championships. He did.
Yeah, as the Pistons did. What do you got, Sam Flan?
Just for the record, I am a Jordan is better than LeBron guy. I got Michael 1, I got LeBron 2. I just want that on the record. But if you want to call LeBron the best of all time, I'm not going to kill you for it, but I do think it's Michael. He's still way above Steph Curry. Steph Curry at the highest is 10.
I just hate the term the LeBron era because it didn't exist.
See, the 2010s were, though, Stick. They were. In my opinion, they were. What, Spencer?
That's
what?
my hardcore argument.
I'm with you. Stick. It's funny.
That's the beauty, low key.
Yeah.
Like that's the delivery. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the way it works. Eli Garcia, Neal's living the dream, talking sports all day, laying the smackdown on guys like Easy, Sam Flannel as well. I guess all the while cracking a cold one on air. That stuff hits different.
Yeah, I'm about to see those Irish cheeks. Do you get red in the? Because that's what I'll do. Like one shot of whiskey, and you can see it in my cheeks.
On an empty stomach. Yeah. On an empty stomach. Yeah, that's the way that it happens. Scott G. Neal is a badass. I don't know about all that. People want to know, Stick, have you been in the back drinking right now?
Yeah. Yeah, they dropped off a ton of mulligans, and
they did too. By the way,
I am never going to endorse a product and sell it to you without personally understanding it. Okay, so when I endorse it, you need to understand that I like it, I drink it, and it's good for me.
What an honorable man.
I will tell you guys this though, like for real. That 8% component is real. We just experienced it.
It's math.
D. Smitty says Jordan is better than LeBron. Who the F would even question that?
Sam.
I'm a Jordan above LeBron guy, just for the record.
Yeah, I feel as though I can question it.
He puts LeBron above Kobe too, though.
He is better than Kobe.
I do too.
There's no metric where Kobe's better than LeBron. None. Zero.
I do too.
LeBron's the second best player of all time.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah, that's true. He's arguably number one. I think Jordan's better, but there is a case to be made.
And what's that case?
That he's going to be number one in points. He's going to be top five in assists.
You start looking, and I know you poo-poo the numbers. No, I know you poo-poo the numbers.
There's other people that have played 20 years. Vince Carter played 20 years. Dirk Nowitzki played 20 years. Kobe played 20 years. They're not going to be in the same elk of stats as LeBron was.
And I had this comment on Friday with Sam, like, there was a meme that said with Michael Jordan, like, man, I wish I was being judged on my statistics, not my championships, because I could have gotten all those stats too. Like, stats are great, but they're cumulative stats, right? Like, it's just like Miguel Cabrera getting his 3,000th hit. He's getting it, but that's not the Miguel Cabrera that was getting the hits to lead him there.
See, I don't think Jordan could have got all those stats. I don't think Jordan could have gotten the assist stats as LeBron. He's not as good of a passer as LeBron. He doesn't have the same court awareness that LeBron does.
Oh, oof. It's tough having a conversation with guys who didn't watch Jordan play.
I saw Jordan play
in highlights on YouTube
for the Wizards.
Yeah, for the Wizards. I saw Fat Jordan.
No, but LeBron James is one of the best passers of basketball the NBA has ever seen. I don't think Jordan was that.
And honestly, this isn't a knock on LeBron's skills. Honestly, LeBron is very skilled, but it's a knock on if it's your era and somebody else got just as many championships as you, it's not your era. It's just that, to me, it's that simple.
It is that's why it slaps every time. Like when we have this discussion, like look at the chat, look at the number, like everything goes up because it is one of those rare things that we talk about where both things can be true.
Yeah, it really depends on how you're looking at the problem.
What are you shopping for?
What are you evaluating on?
What are you shopping for? That's where it comes back. I mean, 40,000, 10,000, and 10,000.
That's what he's going to get.
It's pretty stupid, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's stupid when you think of almost a decade of you being in the finals straight.
I went from being a senior in high school to age 26. LeBron in the finals
The
every year.
real estate market crashed and then came back up. Economies were different during the whole
still in the
time.
finals.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what's crazy about it.
He had longevity, but so did the Pistons going to Eastern Conference Finals for 6 consecutive
Right.
years. And we don't
And
say they're
LeBron-
the greatest team ever.
And
No,
LeBron
we don't.
LeBron gets penalized for beating that team when
Well, he beat them at the end of their rope. Like he didn't beat
like Jordan.
He didn't beat Prime.
I mean,
Like
there's
Jordan.
also
Well,
a difference
but
from
Celtics
Like
could
Jordan.
argue that about the bad boys too. They didn't
Well,
beat
yeah,
the
I
Celtics
mean,
in their
but
prime.
that doesn't
They could
fit my
do the same-
narrative right now.
Exactly.
Sports marketing agency, though, they fit a lot of people's
Doesn't fit
narrative.
my
They help
narrative.
spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse disorder. Their podcast called This Is the F Word is a series on fentanyl and other addictions that, let's be real, everyone, are plaguing our communities right now. Go to thesportsma.com. If you're struggling, if someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. The sports marketing agency is here to help.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device. Neal Ruhl here for oddstrader.com, the #1 site for all of your game day bets. Start your handicapping journey at oddstrader.com. Play-by-play updates, live scores, bet tracking. All you got to do, download the OddsTrader app from the App Store today. They'll get you the best price on every game. Let me say that again, because that's important. They'll get you the best price on every game. Don't give your money away, everybody. Do this. If you're going to do it, do it. And do it with oddstrader.com. They'll also monitor the sign-up offers for multiple sports books as well. Go to oddstrader.com. Player stats, key game stats, all there for you at oddstrader.com.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got Stick in for D-Mac by way of Adham Beydoun. It's almost like an NBA draft day trade.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like relief pitching. You know, Adam was your middle reliever, and here
Right.
I am to close out the show. Yeah, just bring in the tall righty, man.
Orchard
Crafty.
Lake St. Mary's.
Ah,
Your thoughts, Brock Porter.
Brock Porter.
Is he going pro or is he going to go play
Gatorade
at Clemson?
National Player
Yeah.
of the Year. Haven't had one in Michigan since Drew Henson back in 1999.
And Michigan fans, you remember Drew Henson. You liked him more than Tom Brady. Remember
you did.
that?
You really did. And Nolan Schubert is going to Michigan, and Ike Irish, I believe, a couple other kids from St. Mary's are going there. But St. Mary's won the national title this year, 44-0 in baseball. Brock Porter, #1 pitcher in the nation, could be a potential top 10 draft pick.
Unless he goes to Clemson.
Unless he goes to Clemson,
With
which he could
Michigan's
admit
old
to.
baseball. What if he goes to Clemson?
With Michigan's old baseball coach?
Sam Flannel. What if he goes to Clemson?
That would be sad because watching a Brock Porter would actually make me want to be more of a Michigan baseball fan. And if he goes to Clemson because the coach leaves to Clemson, that would sting. I'm not going to lie.
He was already committed to Clemson as a freshman, but yeah, it's interesting to see how that worked out with the Michigan coach going there. But
Really weird.
I think he's going to get drafted. But they had a kid last year, Alex Mooney, who got drafted, but it wasn't until the later rounds. He ended up playing at Duke. So yeah, good baseball team. Good job, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Got to give them their flowers. #1 in the nation. That's pretty effing sweet, man. A team
Right.
from Michigan. I don't know if it's ever been done. A baseball team from Michigan.
So let's do this, Spencer. I want to, we like to do these polls, integrity polls.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
An integrity poll. All the Michigan fans there. Who did you really want to be quarterback? Drew Henson or Tom Brady? Be real.
Oh, it was Drew Henson.
I want I want to see how honest. I have to do this from time to time.
I mean, I was alive during that time. I remember the hype. Like, Drew Henson was that dude coming out of high school. I actually played against him in baseball and summer leagues and stuff.
Did you really?
That. He was the year above me. So yeah, when I played in other divisions, yeah.
You were a pitcher, right?
I was a catcher. Yeah.
Okay.
I did pitch, but catcher was my main position.
Gotcha.
Hey-oh.
Michigan fan.
I ain't talking about Friday nights. Hey.
But you do catch a lot on Friday nights.
I'm a delicate catcher on Friday nights. The softest.
The Mariano or the Marriott. That's my guy, Stick.
Yep.
It's on the YouTube chat poll right now. Michigan fans, be honest. Who did you really want to be quarterback? Drew Henson or Tom Brady?
Isn't that crazy? They're like revisionist history too. Because listen, I love Michigan, but the fact that they claim Tom Brady as hard as they do, like, yes, he went there, but he didn't really play a lot. Drew Henson was the top blue chip athlete coming out of high school.
Drew Henson, 69%. Tom Brady, 21%.
That's true. I mean, even Lloyd Carr wanted Drew Henson. Dude had a rocket arm.
Keaton Rudinger says anyone who says Brady is lying.
See? So people are self-aware. They know, but it's just now you still get to claim Brady, which is awesome.
See, that's why I like this audience of Big D Energy, for real.
They're smart.
I've always said it. Like, I'll always be honest with you guys. Everything I say into this microphone is not a hot take. It's not to get reaction. It's what I think. And you guys are honest, too, and I appreciate that. I do, for real, because no one wanted it. 70-30 right now, Drew Henson.
Yeah.
I thought it should have been Drew Henson.
And I don't even know what the hell Drew Henson's doing right now.
He's counting his money he got from the Yankees.
The Yankees, and then he went and played for the Cowboys, remember?
He got drafted, like, after baseball was over.
Yeah. Dude was great. He was a hell of a player in Brighton. Shout out to Brighton. Beautiful town.
Tony D, he got drafted? Yes. Like, after baseball was over. He got drafted, but 7th round or something like that.
But then he went to go play, I believe it was third base for the Yankees, but of course,
Well, they gave him, I think it was
named Alex Rodriguez showed up around the same time, so it's going to kind of be tough to break into that Jeter Rodriguez side of the infield.
Goodfella says this, and I like to share these, says, Stick, go back to DRQ.
Oh, damn. All right.
You can tell he's an old school fan, though.
That is old school. I left DRQ in 2004. Damn, 18 years, still keeping track. I love that.
You know what? Like, he's going to think, like, Goodfella's going to think, like, that was a shot at him. And it's like the exact 180 of that. Yeah. That's mad respect in my mind.
Yeah, and honestly, like, my first couple years in entertainment in Detroit radio was bananas, man. I was single. I was doing overnight shifts. We were having Automotion come up. Like, we had live DJs. And this was back when radio actually had, like, live and local DJs, too. Now it's just all voice track dudes from out of town.
Jack Harrington says, yes, go Yankees. So he's a direct, right. But the Yankees gave him, like, what was it, like $18 or $20 million to sign a minor league, to go play in the minors.
He got paid.
He got paid, man. He got his money.
Yeah.
He was a legend, though, dude.
Yeah.
A legend. People forget.
Yeah, I remember
John
showing
Mark
up
says,
at house parties, and he'd be there, and it would just be like an all-star, like, it would be like a rock star walked in the building. It was like, that's Drew Henson. I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
I went to a couple of house parties with Derek Walton.
There you go.
Walton showed up to a couple of house parties I was at. It was pretty cool.
It's pretty much exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. John Mark says, Tom Brady's loss. I want to get Sam Flannel's thought on this. Tom Brady's loss at home versus Illinois was so bad. Drew Henson win at Ohio State was great. I like Drew Henson. He beat Ohio State, Sam Flannel.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I wouldn't consider the start of my Michigan fandom until 2003. My original favorite player was actually Braylon Edwards, just for the record. But I wasn't really paying attention back then, so I'm the wrong person to go to. That was a little bit before my time.
Where's Maz when you need him? Maz will tell us about Drew Henson's dad, who played for the Orioles.
Keaton Rudiger says people who are voting for Brady also eat cream of wheat. So there certainly is that that crossover to it.
Mm-hmm. And they drink their coffee with their pinky up.
Right, and their bourbon.
They're snobs and they're two furnaces.
Yeah. We're talking about radio legends. My guy Joey's in the building right now. Joey, we had this mulligan over here, man.
Camera's on.
We had this mulligan. That thing, Joey, let me tell you about this mulligan, man. That thing flat out slapped, bro. It was good stuff.
You're looking lit up there.
I'm lit up, bro.
I knew something was good. And then Nick Leach, our golf pros, walking around like, yo, you're going to give that over to Neal. Where's mine at? So now I got to get the mulligan for the whole office, apparently.
Yes, you do. Because, and I told him, I was like, dude, we got to hide these because they're already going fast in the back.
Two things in the office that don't go well is when there's Citron laying around and when there's the mulligan and Gypsy Vodka laying around.
Gone, just like that. Gone. We can't even keep them in stock here.
Low key, I'm stunned these 2 bottles are still here.
I see one can up there. What's up with that one?
Oh, that's the one you gave me.
It's a smash.
It's done.
He already drank it.
Oh yeah, we did it during the read. Yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
I did a live review. Oh yeah.
All 8%.
Well, people
of that.
started calling me Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. They're like, all right, you got to take down the rest of it. So I did. I'm not gonna
You
let.
just took a little sip, like all
Yeah.
classy.
I'm like, no, I did 3 sips, to just give it a review, and then I started taking heat in the chat for not chugging it. So when we came back, I took it down because, look,
I bet you won't do another one.
You're not Neal ripped on the show today.
No, you're not calling me Aaron Rodgers. That ain't gonna fly.
No.
Not when it
I'm not
comes to
going to
that.
do that to you.
Thanks for hooking it up, though, Joey. Appreciate it.
We
brother.
got you, man. There's more of it.
My guy, Joey, man. Love that guy,
the
Joey.
Aaron Rodgers era. That's what we should call that.
No, you're right. I do want to get into
He put
this,
up great
though,
stats.
because the NBA Finals, the Jeff and Gentry show, got my 4-pack already. Stick couldn't hold us back. So
See? Yeah, no, well, he's going to a golf course this weekend. He's going to Treetop. So I was like, all right, you get 4.
Right.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about this, though, because we were talking about the NBA stuff, and Steph Curry obviously is making the rounds right now, and he's getting all the love and everything like that. And this is a conversation I didn't want to have because you guys know some have called it a love affair. I go by facts on it. My love affair with Isiah Thomas. And for me with Isiah, it goes beyond the basketball. It goes beyond what happened on the floor. It entails the Pistons culture when he got here, how he took a franchise and a city on his back and brought them not only to an NBA championship, but culturally, like Detroit as a city. Got him discussed with LA and Boston and Bird and Magic and all that stuff. And just what he did for a very down time in Detroit sports. And he did it. There were no super teams.
Right.
There was no, I'll go here and I'll bring my friends and do all that. There was none of that. He just put it all on his back and did it. But the conversation's real now. With what Golden State did and Steph Curry in particular has done at that point guard spot. Now, I will say this is one of the few times where I say, the crossing the era thing. Because the point guard now is decidedly different than what the point guard was back then. Are we... I don't even want to ask the question, man.
You got to, though. But
point
give credit to Steph Curry for pushing himself into this question.
And he did. He did it.
Yep.
Steph or Isiah, Stick?
And honestly, I have a rough time with this because I can argue both sides, right? And when I break it down offensively, I think Steph has a little bit edge offensively, but I think Isiah has a huge edge defensively. If you look at their careers, it's almost very similar, right? They both got drafted to a team that wasn't doing well. Steph obviously not as high of a draft pick as Isiah was, so not as much expected out of Steph coming out. But he stayed with the team. He built it through an era. They brought in some other players, and if you want to knock Steph for KD coming in, I guess you can kind of knock Isiah for Mark Aguirre coming in at that time, because if you go back and look, Mark Aguirre was one of the premier small forwards of that time. So they're very similar, and that's what makes this so tough.
It's crazy.
But let's use the Spencer and Sam argument. Well, Steph has more points.
And
well,
rings.
Steph has more stats.
And
Isn't that the game we're playing here? See, I can do that, but I watched what Isiah did. I watched who Isiah had to go through, getting through Bird, getting through Magic, keeping Jordan tamped down for the time being. Clyde Drexler was in the league back then, Hakeem Olajuwon, the Charles Barkleys. It's a tough. I really have a tough time with this argument because
it's tough, man.
Everything in me wants to say Steph, but also my brain understands how valuable Isiah was and how tough-nosed he was. And if you put Isiah on those Warrior teams, I think they win. You put Steph on the Bad Boys teams, I don't know, right? Because does he embody that toughness, that mean mentality? Is he going in the lane taking elbows from Karl Malone? Probably not. So it depends on how you want to weigh this conversation. I think Steph is the greatest player of this generation, of the LeBron era. He changed the entire game of basketball. And you could argue the bad boy Pistons did that too.
Man. And that's where I keep getting hung up on it. He changed it all.
All of it. Like little 5-year-olds shoot half-court shots now because of Steph. Right? The rules opened up because of Steph. The offense changed because of Steph. But they changed the rules on defense because of the bad boys. You know, like they also changed the game. It's a very tough conversation, but I'm happy that Steph has reached that level that we can have it.
Right. Well, hey, if you're going to get a haircut, there is no discussion as far as the GOAT goes on that.
This is the Lady Jane's era of haircuts, so there's no debate.
And it has
that.
been for a decade.
It has been for over a decade.
Right.
And anywhere you go in the country, there's hundreds of stores. But luckily, right here in Michigan, where it was born and raised and groomed, we have a ton of locations. One right near you, probably. So make sure you go get a precision haircut that's wicked awesome at Lady Jane's, because this is the era of LJ.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got Stick in the building, in for Adham Beydoun by way of Darren McCarty. Yes, it's like an NBA draft night trade in the second round. And all the picks were acquired from somebody. So when you say it, you have to report where it all came from. It gets confusing. But moral of the story, Stick's here.
You lost the trade?
No, well, we acquired you from DRQ, I was told.
Oh, yes.
For future considerations.
For future draft considerations. For DMAC. Listen, if I've ever was traded for DMAC, I would consider that an honor.
Absolutely.
Because no matter whether he's the fourth line or the first line, Sam, DMAC is an all-star and a legend.
All-star? I don't know about that. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Check the resume. Is it there? Go ahead, Sam Fennell. Please do it. Please.
If it was 97, but there's no way he was an all-star.
No, he was not on an all-star team. No worries.
We got that guy up there. Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Raxter as well. My name is Neal Ruhl. Happy you are with us. YouTube chat poll right now. Bottom line, who's better all time at the point guard spot, Steph or Isiah Thomas? And here's the thing with me is it feels a lot like the people that are anti-LeBron are the same ones that are pro-Isiah. And it's weird to me while we choose our narratives, right? Like with Steph, all those things we say about, I feel it's all those things we say about Jordan. However, with Isiah, the lifting up the franchise, the pure numbers, all those things that I talk about. Because for me, it's Isiah because I'm familiar with the situation with the Pistons. But you brought up the point, which was a great point. Steph did all those same things with Golden State. And I'll go a little bit further with you and say Golden State is more in the Pistons mold than a lot of the LeBron teams. Draymond Green.
Oh, yeah. Bad
drafted.
Boy for life.
Klay Thompson. Drafted.
Yep.
You know, they brought in Durant, which was similar to the Aguirre thing.
Yep.
But the difference is they won before Durant got there. They won after Durant left. They were great.
That's the most important part about this story, and I think that's why we're having the conversation, because last year it was, all right, they won one, but then they only won two because Durant was there. But now that they've bookended the Durant era, in Golden State.
It was a liberating title for Steph.
It shows that it doesn't matter. I didn't need Durant. And honestly, that shows to me how much of a leader Steph is, that he was willing to defer to Kevin Durant when he was there and let him kind of take the lead and be like, all right, this is how this team's going to win. Well, this team's built different. Now I got to be the man. And he's done that twice. He's shown that when he needs to be the man, he can be the man. He's shown that when somebody comes on that he thinks has a little bit better game, he'll defer to them as well. So, like, him winning this 4th championship really puts to bed that Kevin Durant BS argument of
no doubt.
Of why they don't
If
count.
anything, it's an indictment on Durant.
Exactly.
If
100%. And, you know, back to the LeBron thing, like, if you're not going to count those Durant championships for Steph Curry, then I'm not going to count LeBron's bubble. We can play this game. We both can do this if we're discrediting championships.
But he was the best player on that bubble team by far. He was the best player on every single finals team he's ever been in, except 2011 and 2007.
All right, hey, guys, guys. This is the Isiah Steph portion of the program.
Fair enough.
All right, Sam Flannel. This is Isiah and Steph's portion of the program. Let me see here. Patty Grimes says Drew Henson eats cream of wheat. We can't confirm that. Nor can we deny that, though, if you're being honest about it. Chuck says, Neal, my question is, would a coach ever give Steph the chance to put up that many threes? And that's where, for the first time in my life, I will go to it's hard to compare eras.
Right. Well, when Isiah Thomas came in the league, I don't even think they had the three-point line. When did that come in? Sam, look that up. When the NBA,
yeah, they did.
Because I remember remember some games in the early 80s when he was playing on a court without three-point lines.
Duke Nukem says Zeke with the exclamation point. Joseph Austin, Isaiah's my captain. Come on.
1979.
Yeah, so he was there.
Okay.
Prag Patel, Isaiah's attitude put the Pistons on top. And Prag, look, I'm with you. I'm the Isiah is better camp. But people sleep so Isiah had that attitude, right? Where I honestly think he would kill a family member to win. Like if those options were on the table, you can win this championship or you can kill a family member.
Right.
He was of that mold, I think, where one family member's got to go.
Or I mean, let's keep it honestly real. You could lose your leg or win a championship. Dude played on an ankle where he could have severely ended his career. But that Game 6 performance, even though they lost the series, he was willing to sacrifice everything. It all in that moment. The toughness is unmatched.
He would give it all to win.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Steph Curry's attitude, where when he got drafted, let's be real, a lot of people kind of laughed at. I'll raise my hand and say one. Yep. It was cute what he did at Ford Field against Kansas and in the NCAA tournament.
I was there.
It was cute what he did at college.
Yep.
All that stuff was cute. It's cute the way he plays and everything like that. That's not going to work here.
He's too small.
His
ankles are too fragile. Remember, that was the knock. His ankles.
How's he going to get his shot off? That was my favorite go-to. How's he going to shoot the ball in the NBA? He'll just keep going back until you don't guard him.
Yeah.
And that's where, you talk about attitude. It takes an attitude to do that. Maybe it's not as overt as being elbowed, taking the ultimate cheap shot from the ultimate cheap player in Karl Malone.
Whack-ass Karl Malone. Karl Malone.
Yeah, non-title winning Karl Malone.
Ring chasing ass Karl Malone.
Soft Karl Malone.
I can't get it done with Kobe and Shaq. Karl Malone.
I scored 20,000+ points because every play was a pick and roll called for me, Karl Malone.
Yeah, all I got to do is just be a big meathead and let John Stockton feed me the ball, Karl Malone.
Right, absolutely. To where I'm going to go at the end of my career and jump on board with the Lakers so I can get a ring, Karl Malone.
To where it looks like I am taking steroids because my head has blown up to here, Karl Malone.
Right, and then I'll be on the Lakers, and I won't contribute, especially to beat the Pistons, who we were mega favorites over Karl Malone.
But I will look good in Game 5 sitting the bench in a suit, Karl Malone.
because that's what Karl Malone's entire career was, not rising to the occasion. Go back and look. Anytime there was a big game, show me a big game Karl Malone won.
Yeesh. Yeah, not going to happen.
But I can show you cheap shot after cheap shot that Karl Malone dished out.
And, and I'm going to make the dream team Karl Malone, but Isiah can't.
Right, because that's Karl Malone's career in a nutshell.
Karl Malone.
Cool story, bro. Scored a lot of points.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
His daughter was good for the shock, though. I will give him that.
Right, but that's his daughter, not Karl Malone.
Yeah. So that's one thing good he produced.
Right.
Under very
At least there's a
criminal
championship in the bloodline.
circumstances.
Yeah,
I hate to bring that up,
I was going to
but
bring that up, but I didn't even want to say it.
should be on a
Whatever.
registry somewhere, Karl Malone.
Yeah. Got caught dipping too early, Karl Malone. I listen to Drake all the time, Karl Malone.
We can keep going on Karl Malone. This is fun.
Oh, look, we're up again.
Karl Malone.
Yeah, the moral of the story is, Karl Malone may be a little overvalued in the annals of NBA basketball. Hey, in the summertime, let me tell you what's not overvalued. Cintron is not overvalued. And now Cintron is available at your local Kroger store. If you haven't tried it yet, give it a spin. 2 cans, $4. That's a pretty simple economic transaction. Cintron's a new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway. Bedrock and Rocket Mortgage turned an old parking lot into a massive outdoor playground right next to Campus Martius in the heart of downtown. Roller skating, basketball courts, a mini golf course, food trucks, live music performances, art installation. If you're cultured like Stick is, you can go there and check out the art as well. Such a fun place to visit, whether you're on a date, hanging out with the family, or maybe, bumping around town before a Tigers game. They've even got Wi-Fi down there, so you can take your computer and get some work done in the heart of the city. The Monroe Street Midway, brought to you by Bedrock and Rocket Mortgage, right next to Campus Martius.
Can I get something off my chest real fast?
Yeah, real quick.
So I understand, the LeBron hate. I understand, especially in this town, the LeBron hate, and overall, as a player, why some people can hate him. But Chris Schultz saying, true on that, I don't think LeBron is a top 3 player. Come on. Give the man his flowers. You can't say that. That's just laughable.
And look.
He's top 10.
He's top 10, and he's not 3 through 9 or 3 through 10.
I will say this, and here's where he doesn't get enough credit for, but you brought this up, but I'm kind of putting a little bit different spin on it. He was the first, I thought, of the broad media coverage era, the chosen, media pressure. He was the first one,
and he lived up to the hype.
And he delivered. I mean,
beyond the hype, honestly.
Him and Tiger Woods, are the only two that were, the chosen ones that even went beyond being the chosen ones.
I mean, he came
That's
out
fair.
right as social media was starting to hit
Right.
its peak, starting to get its stride, and then you saw ESPN. I think that was their first national high school basketball game at St. Vincent St. Mary's. And listen, LeBron showed up. I'll never say that LeBron's a bad basketball player, but if you're going to tell me there was a LeBron James era, I'm going to argue that somebody else was getting championships during that era, so it's tough for me to just be like, yeah, it was him. But as far as where he's at top 10-wise, that's debatable, and it's how you want to measure those things.
And our YouTube chat poll, who is better all time, Steph or Zeke? And Steph's got 51% of the vote, which is I figured it was going to be that. But Sam, you got to remember audiences too, man.
No, this is one of the toughest decisions
And
I would have
recency
to
bias.
make, because if you were to ask me, it would be like a 2A and 2B. And also, Steph Curry to me isn't really that much of a point guard, so that makes them even more difficult to compare. But
And because
so
of the
great.
different era thing.
Do you think if Isiah was as friendly as Steph, he would be viewed as a better
Nationally, hell yeah.
Nationally? Yeah.
He wasn't interested in being your friend, though. He was interested in winning.
Right. Yeah, and listen, that sometimes puts you in a bad situation, right?
And he had to be 6 foot tall. That's why I love that man.
Yeah.
I'll forever love that man. And if it makes people
Because they're both like baby-faced assassins.
100%.
You know?
And to this day, and it's something I will say every single day of the week, he's undervalued not only nationally, he's undervalued here in Detroit.
Ooh.
I feel as though he is, man.
I think he gets his love here in Detroit.
No, he gets love, but not to the degree I think that he deserves. Look at what he did. Can you imagine if Riley Greene, and it's a different game, obviously it's a different game.
Right.
But if Riley Greene, what if they did win 60% of their games the rest of the year, and the next year they made the playoffs, and Riley Greene was mercurial, he was Acuna or somebody, like if he became the next superstar, but the problem is you have to do it with pitching, obviously.
But if he turns into Trout?
Yeah, Mo Sider. What if Mo Sider, because they do the Calder today, I think, today or tomorrow, something like that. What if the Wings win a Stanley Cup and Mo Sider's like the best in the game?
Right.
He'll get credit for bringing them out of a dead era.
Yeah, like Stevie did.
Yeah, but I mean, even Stevie, though, like he got them to a level with the Edmonton Oilers, but they didn't win until the cavalry came. You know what I'm saying? Until Lidstrom and Fedorov and all-time greats.
Right.
He brought them to a level. He took them from dead to competing with Wayne Gretzky and the Oilers. Isiah, man, put everything on his back. Everything.
You will never hear me slight Isiah Thomas, but I also just can't deny what Steph Curry has done over the past.
No question.
And that's what makes this conversation very interesting and very tough for me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I want Isiah Thomas's mentality.
Right.
But you're watching Steph. He got that killer instinct too. He's just nicer about it. It's really the biggest difference. Like,
it is, and that ultimately that probably cost Isiah, but I don't care.
Yeah. I think Isaiah's happy with his back-to-back championships.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
Aaron Tackett, why are we bagging on Karl Malone? Aaron, why are you not bagging on Karl Malone?
Is there anything else to do on Karl Malone? It's just what we do.
Right.
Karl Malone.
God, that elbow he gave to Isiah.
Still brutal. Isiah still has that scar. Like, you look at Isaiah's face, it is a war face. It's scars all over the place.
No question, man.
But that was a different era. And it's funny because Shaq said this during the finals, too, when the Celtics were playing the Warriors. He's like, listen, if we were playing Curry, we would funnel him to the lane and I'd put him on his ass a couple times a game. At least a couple times a game. And that's what's missing from today's NBA. Like, Draymond may mix it up, but he ain't putting anybody on their ass when they go to the lane.
Duke Nukem says, F Karl Malone. Mickey Lum Phelps, choke against the Bulls twice, Karl Malone.
Mr.
Perry.
Steal Your Girl, Karl Malone. Oh, wait, no.
No. Perry, well done, guys. So people want to see that on the social clips. So, yeah, we'll see that. Southpaw Labs, where does Malone's nickname rank all time?
The mailman?
I would say at the very bottom because the mail always comes, as opposed to, the Jazz winning when Karl Malone was
he
there.
delivers.
Yeah, except when
on Sundays.
and
the championships.
and in the NBA championships.
Playoffs. Yeah, I guess mail
Big
stops
games.
during the playoffs.
The mail never stops.
The mail never stops.
Yeah, Woodward Sports. You can let. Oh, you said this. You can let your hate cloud your judgment, but it is undeniable. Is that the LeBron stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
Was
I
that directed
thought.
at me?
No, it was
okay.
Curtis Schultz.
Well, don't you get involved in this, Spence?
Yeah,
Me
I'm not like a LeBron slappy either. Like I don't even relatively like LeBron.
And
all
listen,
that
we're
much, but it's
arguing
undeniable
greatness,
He's
right?
a
We're
top
arguing
3 player in the NBA.
Right, we're arguing greatness here, though, too, right? So that's where it comes to splitting hairs and how many finals he got in, how many MVPs does he have. Like, that's what we're arguing. We're not arguing if these guys are great players. That's already been established. It's the greatness of it, how great. And there's an argument now that Steph got this 4th one that he's on par with LeBron.
Okay, what about now? This is legit. Francis Garcia. He seems to have a problem with LeBron, but this is like a legit reason. LeBron ruined my favorite wine producer, Antica Terra. The bottles were already expensive, but once he highlighted it on his Instagram, now bottles are not affordable, even to people with some money. So that's legit. If you want to have an issue with them on that part, cool.
Yeah, don't mess with my alcohol intake. Then I'll have a problem with LeBron.
You would even have a problem with Jordan at that point.
Yeah. I don't like Jordan. I really don't. I grew up hating Michael Jordan, but I got to respect what he did. I can't deny what Jordan was. I can say that Jordan wouldn't be what he is without the bad boys, and he acknowledged that in that 30 for 30, that they were the last dance, which made me respect Michael Jordan for the first time in my life, honestly, because I would have that argument with people like, listen, Jordan was great, but he wouldn't have been a damn thing without the Pistons, like putting his ass through the grinder. And he said that in The Last Dance, like, without them beating me up the way they did, I wouldn't have hit the weight room because I wouldn't have known I had to be stronger, more physical. So literally the bad boys kind of created part of Michael Jordan in a way. It came back and bite him in the ass, but at the same time, without the bad boys, there is no great Michael Jordan.
Right. And somebody said it too. This is why the NBA is soft today. And the NBA is not soft today. The NBA is reacting. This is why I laugh that people are critical of media, like the stuff the media puts on. They're in business to get you to watch.
Yeah.
They're only giving you what you want.
That's true.
People want points.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a 70-65
Yeah,
game.
no one wants that, man. No. So, and especially in a day and age where our time is more crunched than it ever has been with work and everything else that's going on. We work more hours than we ever have, all that stuff. They want to entertain. If they're going to commit their time to it, they want to be entertained. That's just what it is. So, that's why. Appreciate you, man, sliding in.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, it's over? Damn, man. Slide in an hour in is not enough, man.
I'm sorry. D-Mac will be back tomorrow. So, for Stick and Adham Beydoun, for Sam Flannel and Spencer Raxter. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping into Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Big D!